Morning, folks. Bright and early. I'm gonna take a trail. It took me about 15 minutes to drive down the road. It's not a bad road heading out here. Guess you want to know where I'm heading. I'm gonna look for a place called the Citadel. It's supposed to be quite pretty. Nice little short hike. We'll see how it goes. That's where we're gonna start off today. Right here, I'm gonna head down this trail. Should have done some printing before I got here, but I didn't. You know, prepared, that's me. So we're gonna hike down this trail and see what it's like. We're gonna take a side trip. There's another spot down here called the 7 Kivas. And I want to hike it, but I'm not 100% certain where it goes. Right down through there, maybe. I think this is the 7 Kivas trail. I'm going to hit this later this afternoon. See if I can get her down inside there. Look how pretty that is. Springtime, even in the desert, has beauty, doesn't it, folks? Okay, I'm started down along the trail. Look at how beautiful this canyon looks. And this is where we're going right here. Out in the desert, and you got a nice trail like this. You got a beautiful canyon. I'm going to put my back to the sun here. And you kind of watch the trail. You want to stay on the trail. The trail's right through here. It goes up over some slick rock. Then you see this kind of stuff, and you think it's just dead dirt. It's not. That's all living organism in there. And if you walk on it, you do damage. At least ways I'm going to stick with that as my story for now. Somebody knows different. So it's important when you're on these hikes to stay on the trail to the best of your ability. I've passed a couple of cairns out here. When it goes across the slick rock. It's one of the few places you go, okay, that's what a cairn's for. It's not for putting up beside a pretty waterfall to make yourself feel good. It's to mark a trail so people don't get lost and damage the ecology on either side. Some of these junipers have probably been standing here for a couple thousand years. This one over here, look at how twisted that is. That boy's been standing there for years and years. It was here and it was young before the Indians even thought of coming or thought of going. All right, gonna follow my trail again. See you in a bit. Another little advantage point here. There's actually water down on the bottom of there. You can see little pools, probably from the last storm that came through here. I call those hoodoos. What do you guys call those? I'll try to keep the sun out of this, but you can see we're on slick rock. See, this is what a cairn is for. Kind of marking out where you're going. You got all kinds of water up here. You know, everybody thinks the desert's dry and there's No water to be had anywhere. But the wildlife can live and thrive up here. These little pools of water, they'll be here for weeks. Right over there is our next cairn. So I can see the peninsula I want. You come through a really beautiful slick rock area. I love walking across this stuff. Follow the cairns, avoid the water, stay off what little soil you have. It's a beautiful hike. Right out there is where we're heading. So now we're gonna go down into the bottom here. Good pair of grippy shoes really helps on this stuff. Right there. Trail is right down below me here. I gotta figure out how to get over to it. There's a couple of ways, but I'm gonna see if I can find one that doesn't look like it'll kill me. Not here, so I gotta backtrack a little bit. So here's some steps. Get up here, back up there. I had to come all the way from back there, all the way back here to get down here. There's my cairns, thank you. Now it's dropping down the slick rock here. Get out there. All right, I've got to go down this, get down to the next level. So here we are on the trail again. It's not bad. Not sure the accountant's ever going to come out here. Like I said, a good pair of grippy shoes are a definite must. Little head for heights doesn't hurt. Overall, it's safe in my opinion. I have another little cairn that's fallen down here. Let's see if it leads me over to this side and down. Okay, it does. Got all these little water catchments up here. Oh, here we go. All right. There's my cairn right up there in front of me. I'm gonna see where I gotta go. Funny thing happened on the way to the Citadel. I walked right through this first line of defensive structures. Didn't notice it until I was on my way back towards the truck. It's a smaller line, but you can see it's got the center. Protects it, that's the way you come in from. And then it'll show you it trails off to the right, trails off to the left. So as you're going across this narrow neck here, as I've seen in 3 other places, there's a defensive wall built right up through here. We're going to go up high. I have a feeling this is probably the natural let-in. Yeah, they had it stacked across here, and this is their first line of defense. Actually, this turned out to be the second line of defense. Nice little narrow. You're not coming up on it any other way. Straight down through there. Trust me, they've already seen you. So that was unexpected. Look at this flowstone here, this sand. Is that not gorgeous? So there's a cairn, a small cairn up there. As you can see, cairn. Now we got to climb up here. Okay. All this time I've been talking and going, oh, I found pottery, I found pottery. And I haven't found pottery. I see this sitting down inside there. And I'm like, what is that? You pull it up. Black with gray. And look at the clay in it. This is the first piece of pottery. Oh my God. I'm on the western side. Kind of going up a little different direction. Let's see what I have here. So, look at that beautiful piece of flint. Can you guys see that? Sitting here. Now, look at all this right in here. Oh my God. Flint. This is all spalls. Now, was this somebody new coming up, sitting up here and doing some flint napping? Or was this the ancient sitting out here on a nice sunny afternoon doing some flint napping? I don't know. There's a lot of it around here. Right by where I found that pottery, but look at it, it's all over here. This would have been a place I'd have sat and flint napped. It could be modern, could be old. That's the beauty of it. It's really hard to tell. But I got my first pottery, and then I look over and I see a bunch of flint napping. Spall, as we call it. So I'm going to look around here for a couple more minutes. Look at this canyon. I mean, this is your view. Okay, we're going to come out to the sun a little bit. Is it above me? It is. Here I'm thinking that I'm up at the level, and I've got one more level to go up. And I think, well, we'll follow the trail. As you can see, ta-da! That's it right there. Oh God, that's a gorgeous looking wall. How intact it still is. We're not going to go scrambling. We're going to follow the trail. Now, I shouldn't say now. Look at this, guys. Folks. That's soot blackening up inside here. So this was below the actual pueblo up above, the cliff houses. And this is soot blackening through here. So now, why were they doing a fire here? Was this the first place that they were? Looking directly south? Would this have been the... They came up here, kind of liked it, and then they built up above? Question mark. Look at this eastern facing canyon lands out there. Northern facing. And that's the way I came up. It's easy. Hands and knees. And away you go. Maybe I'll find the better way down. If not, this is where it's at. So we're going to walk around the other side. This is where I planned on coming up. Hopefully this doesn't cliff me out. Okay. Look at that. So there was a wall. This piece fell on top of it? Nope, guess not, because that wall's built up over it. Don't see any soot blackening, so maybe that was just a little storage area. Look at this daubing. It's a beautiful stack. everyone concentrates on the front side. There's people been over here, but this is the back side. This is north facing. Look at this wall right here. Came across here, and then they used this rock here to build it. And they cut it over here. So how far over was this? The entrance into it? Looks like it. I don't see any walls, any daubing, no smut, no soot blackening. So this must have been a big granary back here. It's dry packed on the inside. Let's try this again. Dry pack on the inside. But it's mud daubed on the outside. This is a neater find. Don't see this too often. I guess a family this big is going to have some good storage. For how many hundreds of years did the Native Americans, the Indians who lived up here, travel back and forth on this exact trail? That's kind of a sobering thought, isn't it? Some water washed throughout this little cave here. I don't see any daubing. That must have just got a little bit too much rain for them. Oh, it's nice and cool over here on this, out of the sun. Look at that view. Right above here is that pool of water, which I think is a spring, year-round spring, I bet. All right, I'm on the right level, carrying my corn from the other supply house. I'm gonna walk over this way, and there, you can't see it yet, it's still in the shadows, huh? Look at how pretty this is. Wow, that's still tight. Do you think you could do this? Carry up rock, stack it. Let me see. They don't want you in here, which makes sense. Look at that. They put white on the inside. Think that was to reflect light? Look at how beautiful that is. I keep saying it, but I mean it is. Think about trying to do that today. Oh, there's footprints. Somebody didn't listen to the do not go inside. Huh. I'm going to have to look closer for this. Look at this. Wood sticking out. Did they cover this one? Why was there wood? We're going to look up inside. They had a flooring in here. Some soot blackening. So let's see. Well, there's wood right there and wood up top. So this used to have, do you see it? I can hope you can see it. Now why? Is there a hole going through over there? It's interesting This is beautiful looking stonework. Again, was this a remodel? There's no soot blackening in this one. The first one on the left. Second one in has soot blackening in it. And it actually disappears right into the wall. So were these walls built later? Look at the, that's wood going across there. I thought it was a lentil, but it's a wood piece. This is the third room. And this is fully understandable. Don't need you guys putting your bulk up on this, but look at the soot blackening in here. Did it go through the cracks in the roof? Is that why? I mean, look at the wall. It's got soot blackening all the way down it. Oh, I mean, this one must have just been one smoky place. Look, can you guys see that? Look at that. It's got niches built into it for storage or for something. I'll have to try to get over there. Look how neat this is. Okay, so there's a window. Oh, there's a couple of lookouts. This is those lookouts that we saw. There. Then they got a window. I'm going to see if we can't see. What this is. There you go. Look at that. They built those in. Nowadays we call those built-ins, and they cost a small fortune to have those in your house. Look at that. I'm going to be here for hours taking pictures. I may never get to the 7 Kivas. This one's more or less a dry one. It's a big one, but it doesn't have the smoke blackening on top. So this might have been storage. That other one was the living area because it was open up top. I don't know if you can see that. To get in there. Now, the last one on the very end with the round edge, and there's no soot blackening in here either. So the first two were probably the living quarters. These are pure storage. Oh, my giddy. I can't get in there. Look at that, folks. I'm going to get some stills of that, but look at that. Can you see it? There's fingerprints in the mud daubing right up there. All down that wall. Oh my God. That's incredible. It is so well preserved that you can see the fingerprints from the inside. Man, I'll come back. I'll get some actual photographs of this. I'm going to continue around here. So this is all nice and shade. Okay, so this is the one that faces south. Look at this. I mean, this was not like they just went, oh well, we don't know what we're doing. Look at the packing they put in there. Right down through here. Well, this is the big one. No soot blackening, but it had a door facing east. Wow. What did they have? Were those for hanging things off of? Can you see them up there? Oh, there is soot blackening. I see it way up top. Let's see something. Does that help? Can you guys see those sticks? What were those sticks up there for? Well, somebody else was nice enough. Big old piece of pottery. Look at how that's bent. That was a bowl or some type, maybe a vessel. Well, it was a vessel, obviously, but that was nice. Don't take it with you. Leave it here. Now, what was this? I mean, the building. Why did that one have it? And then you can see there was another wall that came out here. I think you can see it up inside there. Came out here. This is an original. Didn't fare as well. And it goes through there. I wonder if I came up in a completely wrong area. This is the beautiful Citadel. This was a magnificent hike. Can't say it's a find, but it is a find for me. Some place that I've never been before. And the what do you want it? The state of it is in glorious condition. You can still see fingerprints on the inside, the finger imprints of where they pushed them into it. It was just beautiful, gorgeous up here. This is what I've been up to. And I'm going to try to get down to the 7 Kivas. This is just too beautiful up here to miss. If you guys get a chance, I highly recommend it. I don't think I'm going to show you the way out. It's just going to be a trudge back unless I see something exciting. So if I don't get to see you guys again, thanks for the travels. And as always, be safe. I don't normally do a voiceover at the end for the pictures, but up there is where they had the Citadel hidden. This rock's about your easiest way up here, so keep an eye open for that and you'll get up there and enjoy just fine. The walls are beautifully preserved and this place is just stunningly gorgeous. It amazes me how many fingerprints are still visible in the daubing. There's a great rock called Face Rock I thought was kind of neat. Let you know you're getting close. As always, thanks for the travel. Be safe.